What's going on, fam? Hope everybody's doing well out there today. So I've got one for you. So this is the first installment of Traditional Tuesday. So I did a little bit of information on this a while back, kind of showed you guys a little glimpse of what everything I've got going on. But so I'm going to start off with probably the cheapest one of all the knives that I picked up. So this is the Rough Ryder from our friends at Smoky Mountain Knife Works. So we've got a lot to go through. So again, this is the first one. Again, thank you so much to the guys at Smoky Mountain Knife Works, Greg, TC, Drew. If you don't know Drew, he does their Knife 101 section, which is really cool. You check that out. Of course, everybody knows Greg and TC. You should know those guys anyway. But this is their or one of their newest kind of model lines. This is more of a modern traditional, but it is the RR2606. So this is the Rough Ryder Vibe. So let's go ahead and take this thing out here. So the typical Rough Ryder packaging, you just got the, with their standard packaging, it's just a folded box, folded cardboard box, nothing fancy, wrapped in a plastic bag. So again, this is more of a modern traditional. We'll go ahead and zoom in here. So this is a smaller knife. As you can see, we've got red G10. There's a little bit of oil still on this, but you do have a screwed construction. It looks like we have T6s and T8s. Let's go ahead and check the screws just for machining tolerances. So you can see there, that is perfect. That one is perfect. Let's check the other side. Yep, great there. Great there. Check the pocket clip screws. Good tolerances there. These are pretty doggone tight. And then we'll check the pivot screws. So it does have a double-sided pivot screw. So the tolerances are good on both of those. So I'm not sure, and I'm not going to check to see. So I don't know if this is a captive pivot or if it's just a double-sided pivot. But either way it goes, just letting you guys know that it does have a screw hole on both sides. Again, red G10, pretty decent texturing. And then you do have the cutouts there that provide some texture as well. So you do have a inset pocket clip on the other side. Again, that kind of gives it that modern touch. You do have, or they are not flat screws or flush screws. So you do have, as B says, some mushrooms growing in the shade there. Pocket clip is pretty nice. Fairly strong for the size of knife that it is. But it is basically almost the same length of the knife. And yeah, so all in all, pretty good there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the blade. So it is I believe they call it a cleaver blade, but it's more of like a Wharncliffe sheep's footy blade. You do have a no belly, so that gives me Wharncliffe vibes. Then it's got that traditional kind of sheep foot or half hawk. For the traditional stuff, it's considered a half hawk. Blade shape there. And then you have your Rough Ryder logo there on the back side. You have the model number and, of course, 440A China. So these are not expensive knives, so they're not going to have some crazy blade steel on them. I'm going to zoom out to 3 times. That should give us a little better view of the whole knife. So you do have a long pull on this. So it's not got the greatest half stop in the world. So you can hear that here. So it's substantial enough that it stops it. It's just not like super clicky-clacky like what some of the newer stuff is. What's great about this knife, and I'm going to try this now for the first time on camera to see if I can do it. Yes, I can one hand open this knife because the pull on it isn't crazy. So we'll back off again and nope, wrong way. So we'll show that again. So I'm just basically trying to hold on to that pocket clip there and then just rolling it out with my thumb. So that works. I wouldn't recommend it for everybody, but you can certainly do that. It's, again, the walk and talk isn't terrible. We're talking about a $15 knife here. So the lock, the open is really good. But it's not a super strong back spring. Again, it's probably, I'd say it's probably on par with most like Victorinox knives as far as pull. But again, it's got solid enough stops that it's, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain. So they're good stops. It's just the back spring isn't super strong. So you can tell it's a solid 90-degree stop. Like that's a solid stop. It's just because it's not a super strong back spring, you don't get that super solid click. But I mean, you know, having the knife in hand, I have no issues knowing that it goes to that half stop. So I don't have any issues, you know, just making sure my finger is down far enough, pushing on the back of the blade, and knowing I'm going to hit that half stop. It's got that secure feeling, but it just doesn't. It's not as audible as you would, you know, expect from a higher end knife, or, you know, one that has a much stronger back spring. Pocket clip's really good on it. For that, I'll just bring in my little Maritac wallet here. So there's what it would look like in your pocket. Hopefully y'all can see that, and the orange isn't blinding you. Or here you go. I can probably do it a little bit better. Let's put it like that. Hopefully that helps you out a little bit. There you go. So you do have a little bit sticking out, which does give you ability to grab something there, or to grab it. It did come pretty daggone sharp, if I'm judging my fingers properly. Yeah, so it's pretty sharp. It's not the sharpest thing out of the box, but it is sharp enough to cut this paper. So it's not push cutting, but it will draw cut through it. So again, not the absolute sharpest thing out of the box, but I have certainly had worse from way more expensive knives. I'm really kind of digging this. I would have probably go with the black version myself if I was to buy another one. I like the red, or I thought I'd like the red. I don't like it as much in hand, or much now that I've seen it in person. I think the black would look better with the satin. In the picture, it didn't look as, the blade didn't look as shiny in the picture. So for that, I think the black would look better. But this would make a great backup knife. Rough Riders are backed for life, so you do have that going for you. Their customer service is amazing. They're at Smoky Mountain. So again, just for $15, I mean, it's really not something to sneeze at there. It's a really nice little knife. You could probably, being 440, I would assume you could get it to some hair popping sharp with a little bit of work on a strop, because it's not far. It's probably just, let's see, let's go in and look at their grinds, because we always take a look at that. So grind lines look pretty even. Got a little bit of a smile there, nothing crazy. So yeah, I mean, I'd say it probably would strop up pretty well. It feels plenty sharp. Like I said, it just wasn't push cutting through that little thin paper, but I mean, it bites onto the nail pretty easily. So yeah, well, hopefully you guys like this. Again, this is the first part of the, like I said, the intro into the traditional Tuesdays. Try to get this thing to stand up here. It's not wanting to cooperate. There we go. So what do you guys think? Let me know. Hopefully y'all enjoy this. Again, I've got a couple other ones to go. I'm probably going to just kind of go from cheapest to most expensive as I go through, all the way up to, we did get one of their Rough Ryder Reserve line, which even still, when I say most expensive, the most expensive knife I bought was still $45. So when you talk about stuff like that and having something that's a pretty dang decent quality, for that cheap of a price, you really can't go wrong there. Again, $15 for this guy, and, you know, for something that you're just going to throw, you know, especially for something like that's for working out or whatever. I didn't go over the specs on this thing, but again, the links are going to be below. I think this guy is just a little over an ounce. It's like 1.1 ounces. You know, you throw it in your, you know, clip it onto your basketball shorts or whatever, you're not going to know it's there. If you're going working out, going for a run or whatever like that, you're just not going to know it's there. But then you'll have it if you do need a knife. So yeah, all right, guys. Well, I appreciate y'all as always. Check out all the links below. Everything down there, from, you know, just links for friends to affiliate links. All your product information is always below. You know, click that like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that fun jazz. But most importantly, just remember to be kind, be humble, and be EDC. We'll catch you on the next one.